Welcome to Benson Financial, where we look at finances from a teen's perspective. We always see people talking about how they can travel the world and still make money, and there's also the group of people that stay home or where they are and work a normal job. I used to want to travel the world and work after high school, but I've changed my mind, and here's why. So I saw another YouTuber traveling the world, and that's what gave me the motivation to do what I wanted to do. They converted a school bus into an RV, and I wanted to do the same thing, but instead of just traveling America, I wanted to travel throughout the world in this bus, and I wanted to do it all right after high school. So obviously I didn't have any money to do this, and I was looking around for all kinds of different ideas of what I could do. My main one that I was focusing on was crowdfunding, or mostly on Kickstarter, and I focused on that one for a while and was actually going to do it, or I wanted to do it anyway, and I never did, and I doubt it would probably work how I wanted it to, but that's one of the main things I wanted to do. I also looked into getting like a grant from the government maybe for some kind of research project. I couldn't find any that would really work for what I wanted to do, and even if I were to, the government probably wouldn't want me to be traveling in my school bus to figure out whatever it is that I was paid by them to do. I also looked into sponsorships with like different companies, and I started putting together all the stuff that would be needed to ask for a sponsor, but again, it's probably something that wouldn't work, but it was worth a shot. I also looked into a loan, but being 16 years old, I doubt a bank or any lender would give me a loan to do this, and again, I didn't have a job or anything to pay for it after I was going to get this loan, so I would have to figure out a way how to be able to make money while I was on the road. I also considered getting a job and saving. That way, as soon as I got out of high school, then I can be able to do what I want to do. Although this isn't a very cheap project to do, definitely not enough to be able to save by the time I got out of high school. So I spent a lot of time trying to actually make one of these work, putting all the stuff together for it, but like I said, most likely it wouldn't have worked, so it would have just been a big waste of time. So I wanted to at least explore America and go to all 50 states, and maybe even go into Canada or Mexico, but my end goal was to be able to travel the entire world and go to pretty much every country that's a part of a major land mass, because obviously you can't drive to islands. So I tried to go to every country. So some reasons I wanted to do this was to be able to experience the culture, because even just between countries, even though they may only be a few hundred miles apart, there's still a lot of cultural differences, especially in food, which I'm not going to turn down if I'm in a different country. And I also wanted to learn the history of the area and also like see some of the architecture there, because those are some of the things I'm interested in. And I also wanted to find places that make me happy, places that I could go to later in life where I knew that I would like it and be my happy place, I guess you could say. And I also wanted to share my experiences with the internet. I wanted social media or the internet, whichever one, to be my main money maker. And plus I like making videos and sharing whatever it is that I'm talking about with the internet. So I would do that while I was traveling to show you what you may not be able to if you aren't able to travel. So like I said, to make money, I would use YouTube videos. I make YouTube videos to make money, and I'd also like you to hit the like button. But I'd also consider making a documentary if it had to do with the grant or Kickstarter, just whatever it is that I had to do for either of those. I also wanted to invest or try to start a business mostly before I left, but if I haven't started a business before I started traveling, I would definitely continue trying to start one while I'm on the road. But like I said, social media would be one of my biggest money makers while traveling. So at the time that I wanted to travel the world, I wanted to settle in New Jersey after I finished traveling, which I later changed to Wyoming, but I would live in the bus while I built a home. Hopefully by that time I would be making enough money to be able to do what I want, especially to be able to build a house. So I decided that I would work instead of travel after watching a Casey Neistat video of all things. And it helped me to realize that I'd rather worry about my finances and my future now when I'm in my teens rather than when I'm older and I can't really change a lot of things that are already set in stone at the time.
Think we're doing the right thing?
I don't know.
I also didn't want to travel all of the world all at one time because I have a whole life that I can travel in. So I'd rather break it up into smaller pieces and go to a few places each year rather than going all over the whole world in just a couple of years. So for now, instead, I'm just going to get a job and save my money. Then once I graduate, then I'll buy a house in Wyoming, and that will hopefully kickstart my real estate investing career. Then after I invest a little bit, then I'll either be a construction worker with some experience that I have, or maybe become a real estate agent. And then later on in life, I'll start a family and do all those things. And like I said, I just slowly see the world over time. I'm not completely opposed to getting a bus and converting it. I think it'd still be cool, and maybe even a cool way to save money at some point. But right now, it's not my main priority, and it's not the main thing I want to do. It's just a cool idea that might be something I want to do in the future. But let me know in the comments a country that you want to go to the most, and also leave a like while you're down there to support the channel. So thanks for watching today's video, and I'll see you in the next one.